Hello and welcome to Cadmatic Electrical Schema and Database Advanced Training. Today's training doesn't contain any help, so no written exercises. Rather, you just watch and listen and maybe try yourself doing the same uh, steps that I'm doing here. As mentioned, the training will contain pretty much things from the schema side, and we are going to use the already existing uh, documents that we have on our example project, and also the database, of course. So no new drawings will be created today, at least from the scratch. And then we can start actually. Yeah. Uh, Today's training, of course, one more thing is that we need to have electrical premium. So in case you have this electrical basic only, uh, unfortunately, this training uh, isn't going to work for you that well, since we are pretty much concentrating how the workflow goes between the drawing and the project database. The basic doesn't contain a database. So first of uh, all users on that are listening, please select the electrical premium as your application, and you should have it changed also in this upper corner. And if you check the electrical tab, you should also have the projects tab active here. But then let's open the first document that we want to be part of this project, or we actually have it already on the project. Go File, then Open, and select Exercise Drawings Directory. And that should open you this same location. See Program Data, Cadmatic, Draw 24 English, and Samples. Select Electrical Example Project, and here go a bit down and you will find Schematics 501. This is a multi-line drawing, and in case you have done the basic exercise, this is actually going to look pretty familiar for you. So now if you double click the DRW file, it will open the file for you. So as mentioned, I guess this is quite familiar for you watching this. And now that I open this one, yeah, you should now have the electrical and the electrical 2 active for you on this user interface, and also uh, schematics should be here. Now all the things that we are doing are related to schematics, but the basics with this database and drawing, it will apply to other applications. The layout, single line cabinet layout, they work pretty much the same as the schematics, but the schematics is maybe it's the easiest way to explain things, since it's just a schema drawing, so no additional fancy tricks to be done, such as in layout. We won't be needing any 3D features. So now we have the drawing open, and it's part of the project. And few ways how you can see it already is that first of all, you have this icon here on the um, electrical tab. So it means that now you have this yellow cylinder, and it contains two blue arrows. It means that this project is already attached to the project. The same thing on the electrical too, it applies. Another thing is that you have a yellow uh, cylinder also here on this so-called electrical tree or project tree, and it says the project has its name, and underneath that now you will find things. Of course, now it will show the position of this place, but if you select devices and location, in case you don't have the icon here, you can select from the drop-down menu, select devices location. This yellow yellow cylinder means that this is an access type of project. So you may know that we can have the project databases can be a local access database, which I recommend that you are using in case the project is on your laptop. And let's see from here. This is the project database that will contain all the information that you save from all these drawings that are attached to this project. Then the other project database type is SQL, and it means that it's a server in some location of your choice or your company's choice, not in a cloud though, but some Windows server that it can run on. It's Microsoft SQL Server, which is free of charge until some level. Just to check this already existing project, how it works, what you can find here. As mentioned, we are going to use the schematics, but few things may require for me to show you in other applications as well. Well, you can select from the first sheet of this 501 document, you can select the safety switch. Select that one, and then use right mouse click and select Show in Project Tree. And now it will open the project tree for you here, and it will show you that click on there. There are 4 normal texts. So they are not bolded, but they are normal texts. And then there are 2 texts that are gray. The normal text, these black texts, it means that you can show things from the drawing, and it's in the active drawing that you have. There you can see there is a 1, 2, 3 Q10. What is that? Okay, that's a normal contact, and the last one, show from drawing. Yeah, there is the protective earth pin as well. And I'll show you in a minute what are these gray ones. On the other side, I have the electrical 2. You may notice that you can dock these, just grab from the header, you can put them to here. I'll just grab it, or then dock to the other side. There's also, now I have selected the documents from the drop-down menu, or from this icon. I have the documents open, and there's a multi-line drawing, and it's the Schematics 501. So you may remember from the basic training that we have different drawing types, and now those drawing types, they are actually creating these different locations which you can do yourself in case you want also. So these are not the absolutely correct named folders, rather you can change the names if you like. So this schematics 501 is now highlighted, so it means that it's open, it's active drawing that we have. Well, if we go back to the left side, we have the devices and locations, and select the gray text, switch. What does it mean? Well, first of all, you can check from below There are some information regarding that, and there you can see that the drawing. It is that E0 arrangement drawing 01100. Now we don't have the drawing opened yet, but you can select right mouse click and show from drawing, and it will actually open you the uh, drawing, and it will highlight the place where you can find the safety switch. And there you go. We have the 123Q10 uh, safety switch as well. Well, what do we benefit from this thing here? Now we can do that in one drawing, or we can have it in multiple drawings. Uh, First thing that you need to understand is how the IDs of these devices are created. This safety switch has its own ID, which is Q10, but it also has a full ID, which means that it's 123Q10. The 123 can be found on this electrical project tree. It's the highest hierarchy that you can have in electrical. Underneath that are some other locations, for example, this MCC1, which is the distribution board that we are going to mess up later. Um, and then regarding this location, you can find a motor and a safety switch. So they are not part of this distribution board, rather they are their own their own uh, devices. And again, make sure you understand the full ID. That's the thing. You cannot have any other full IDs. I can have in this same drawing, I can have 1 through 4 Q10, and that will be its own device. But if I add 1 through 3 Q10, it will be another occurrence in the same drawing. But no more devices will be in the database. Well, if we go to edit device, you can go to Q10, use your right mouse click and select edit device. It will open it. Oh, I was on the wrong screen. You can open it. We can check a bit more what does this mean. So we have the Q10, that's the ID for that, and then it creates the full ID, which means that it selects the location for it and adds the ID until the end. The location for some devices is then 123 plus MCC1 and then the ID in the end, if they are inside the distribution board. Well, the device in other things that it has, maybe it has some product model, uh, some system requirements. This is regarding more to the how it goes in the layout drawing. The system is part of that. Some size and position information. And then on the bottom of this, you can see the pins of this safety switch. You can change them if you like. If it has any sub devices, meaning that it has device inside the device, maybe some battery or something, it could have that sub device. Product information, we will check it out today, how you can add the product information. Also the additional information, which is pretty much as an attribute for one symbol, but the attribute is now an additional information which goes into the database. Then are some plates, which means that you can have plates in your project. This is for the, let's say, cables. They have one plate in the start and one in the end of the cable. It gives the cable ID, maybe some cable type, where from and to information. Or then they can be some plates on the side of the distribution board. Some switches you may have automatic off and manual and so on. Then are these occurrences which I mentioned earlier, that you can see the occurrences of this one device. It has 6 occurrences, 4 in this schema drawing or multi-line drawing, and 2 occurrences in the layout drawing. Then the symbols, which we can see here, they are part of this occurrences. So you can have 2 occurrences, they can have the same symbol, or you can have, as I have now, there are 6 occurrences, and even we have 8 different symbols for this one. So you can have multiple symbols on one drawing, and then segments in the last one, but not relevant today. Okay, but while we are looking for the device properties, when we are here now, change the ID of this Q10 to maybe Q105, or give any other ID if you like. Make sure just that you don't have that ID anywhere here. Press OK, and it will change the ID here on the project tree, and also in the drawing in the layout side. Select the gray text, any of them, click on them and use your right mouse click and go show from drawing. And there you go. The ID is also changed in this place, and also these locations here that you have in the control circuit. You can see them changed as well. Then let's go to check out what this means in the database. First of all, when you do some changes in your drawings, when you have active drawings, it will automatically in the how would I say the drawing database itself, which is inside this DRW and on Drive, you can save the IDs and it will automatically save here. But no information is yet in the database unless you save one or more of these drawings. So make sure that when you do a change and you want to see that information also in the database, save the drawing. Now I have saved the ID to Q105, save the drawing, and then you can go a few ways. Select from the electrical tab the database, or then go to the electrical on the ribbon and select Open DB tool. It's really the completely same thing, doing which way of this you want. And the database will open. Now you can see that path here is the same that you have in the directory, and in the database you should be able to find from the left side. Here is also a project navigator or tree, and you can find the Q105. And now, if you change the ID one more time, just minimize the database tool. You can have it open during all the projects that you are doing. Just minimize that one. Let's change that to double click the symbol in the drawing. Let's change that to Q100. Press OK. And go to the database tool. Nothing has changed yet. So again, minimize the database tool. And as mentioned, you need to first you need to save the drawing, like so. Now the information is saved to the database. And then if you open the database tool, again, you need to refresh the updated tree and the grid view that you have here. Another way is to reload it, and it updates the complete database. But normally you only need to refresh. It means that the view that you are looking, you are refreshing it. Refresh, and now the ID changed to Q100. So first what I did, I saved the drawing, then came to the database, which was already open, and then pressed refresh. If you had your database closed, you made changes for the drawing, then save the drawing, and after that you only started the database tool. Of course, in that case, you don't have to refresh, because when the database tool is opening for the first time, it will read the actual database. So keep in mind, this is only a tool to inspect and do modifications to your database. This isn't the actual database. This is not the access, only a tool to do modifications. Okay, so we now have the 100 in the drawing. We have that one in the database. I will minimize that, put it a bit smaller. Maybe I want to have this one back to back to the Q10. You can double click into the any cell that are here. I will show. Maybe that's easier. You can see there are white cells and gray cells. The white cells are something you can change, and the gray cells are something you can't change. So if you double click yourself into the Q100, press or delete the 10 from there, change the ID back to the Q10, press enter. So you will be, or even press ESC. So make sure that you have you haven't got this editing icon here. Press ESC, and when it's gone and you have the ID changed, the information is already saved to the database. So every time you change the ID and exit the cell that you are modifying, the information will be automatically saved to the database. And now, if you go to the back to the drawing, you need to go to the electrical. Either of these, you need to go there, and then sync changes from database to drawing. Select that one, and it will change the ID. There you can see there's Q10 and Q10 there as well, and we are back at the place that we started. So please, if you feel now that you you didn't get the path how to do that, please go back in this video and see how you can change it from the drawing to database, and how you can do it from the database to drawing. It's now pretty much explained here. Okay, we have the ID changed there, and now you may wonder how can you find things in the project database. There are quite a few blue directories and some other icons. At this training, we really, as mentioned, we use these devices and location, and you can change those from the drop-down menu. You can create this in a way that you want. Maybe you don't want cable types, maybe you want the IOs and circuits. Just select that one here, and you can get the this view that you really want and need here. In case you need more tabs, press here. There is an empty tab, and now you can select the IOs, maybe locations. You will get them here as well. So this electrical tree is pretty much another view for your project, such as is this DB tool, but this mainly is just much simplified, much more simplified view to the database. There is also some notifications and errors, and you can even do some fine things which we will check on later in this training. Select the devices and locations, and here you can actually, in case you want to find this Q01 from the devices, you can also type it to here, and it will show you it directly. Open the device's location there, and you can jump on then which one you ever need. So it's easy to find things on the project tree, and the same thing actually applies here as well in database tool. If I want to find the Q01, I just type it in there. I don't even press anything. I'll just wait, and it will find me the Q01 from that place. Same thing you can type in here, maybe MCC1, and it will show me uh, everything underneath the MCC1, which are the Q01. Okay. Then we checked on these. We already did some things for this database, but one thing other than the database is the project information and settings. We have an icon for that, so it's next to the project editing. So we have project database, and then we have settings and also the information for the project. It can be found here, and also there is the settings button. It's the completely same thing, which one you want to press. Then, first of all, the project information contains all the information, the target information, which you will have in the labels here, and you can change them if you like. I won't do any changes here. Then this is maybe one of the most important things, that you have project settings in a correct way. So all the things will look like the way you want them to when you insert maybe symbol. You have some settings for that. First of all, the common settings, which are the design language. Now it's English locale. Yeah, I happen to be in Finland, so I will use the Finnish locale. But the standard that I'm using is IEC. So there are small differences between the symbolics, but pretty much they are locale to Finland. Also date format. In case you changed anything in this, you changed something in the project information, this when this is activated, it will update automatically here. And then you have some default settings to be selected. Translation, you can use a translation dictionary. It means that one column is one language. You have rows of different words, and different column has a translation to the every language that you want to have, and you can keep it updated as much as you want to use with these translations. Reports are something we will be using, and if you are using the example project, you will have these two. So the other one is project specific. So this one actually is something you can find from here. This is the example project, and you can find the same template directory is there. And then the other one is it's referring to this electrical directory which is on your laptop, not a shared location. And some other settings. We will go through some of these today, but most likely we will be uh, using the default settings. I suggest that in case you need to find something, please use our help uh, with these ones, so you will get the answer pretty quickly that how can I do something. The help is very useful for that. Then in the project settings, you can find some cable types which we have on the project. And this is something that uh, every project has its own cable types. Then, in case when you start a new project and you want to have uh, some cables as a default to be on your new project, you can go to default settings. This looks quite the same, only the header is different. There is the project information and settings, and this is project default information. So when I create a new project, I will have these cable types on my new project. And then in case I uh, just open this project as I did, I will see these cables. But you can, of course, you can add in more cables when the project goes on, so you don't have to just use those few cables. From the management, you can go and get more cable types as the project continues. Then the cable packages, something we won't be doing today. This is the definition actually for that, and you can use the definition. Uh, it's the cable package definition is quite the same that you have cable type, so you will have multiple cable types in one definition, but it's not actually a package yet, but it's a real package when you insert it to the drawing. Then some product information. We have a few information I can see we have already at the project, and we will add in more today. More product information. Additional information as well. As I showed you on this Q10, it had a few additional informations, and we will check on how to create these additional informations. Plates, which I already uh, these are pretty much the same things that we had the tabs on the one device, but uh, these tabs are now part of this project, and you can have uh, cable plates, device plates, and any type of plates or shields. And then the last one is product models. So the product models are things that you can have. Uh, it's a model that contains product information, some symbolics, and underneath that you will have multiple devices that are and the information is coming from the product model. Then you might think that what if I will do a new drawing for the project, how it will go? Uh, Drawings can be created from the electrical tab and by selecting new drawing. Few words about the drawing types. We have a new drawing type, single line, and it can be divided to three drawing types. There's single line diagram, a real single line drawing. It will use the single line uh, application. Then the load diagram, which will also use the single line drawing type application. I'm sorry. And then the distribution board table, which will have its own application. And it's a horizontal way to show you. It's a single line drawing, a bit different way, a table type of drawing. Then the layout drawing, it can be an arrangement drawing or arrangement not in scale. So not in scale doesn't calculate any cable length. Schematics drawings, a multi-line diagram, which we had the 501. 501 was open there. Then cabinet layout, in case you need to build those. And then no application selected, so then there will also only be the draw application in use. It can be a table type of drawing or then other type of drawing. The directory I will save the drawing will be the same, the example project directory, and then I will give a drawing name. Now regarding there's two ways to add the drawing to the project database. One way is to add it when you create the drawing. You know that it's going to be part of this project database. You can select add to project database. And even if it's the first document of the project, you can add that to project database. What I mean is that it will then create the database. But let's leave it empty now. Don't check that here. Or, well, you can do it either way. Do it here, or then you can afterwards you can use this yellow cylinder to add it to the project database. The only thing that is needed that it's in the same directory as the project database and other drawings that you want them to be part of the project. Okay, that's a multi-line drawing that I'm going to do. As you can see, now there are no devices, no documents, no product models, no wirings. There is nothing. But when I press this add document to project, wait a second, and now you can see we have the test drawing DRW. It's part of this multi-line directory. It's multi-line drawing, so it goes to the multi-line drawing type folder, and there is the other drawings of that same. And then all the devices are found in the project tree, even though they are not part of this project. I mean this drawing. I can close the drawing, and maybe if I open my DB tool here and go to check on the documents, well, at the moment I shouldn't be able to see them. Well, there is the test drawing actually. It's added to there. So some information comes without refreshing. In case you cannot see it, please press refresh on the document tab on the database tool, and you will be able to see the test drawing. I will show you the directory as well. I have the test drawing here in the directory. But now in case I want to delete this test drawing, don't do it in this Windows environment anymore. Don't do it ever again if it's part of the project. But do it here on database tool, or do it in this project tree on electrical. Either way, use your right mouse click and you can select remove drawing from project. I will show you in the database as well. There is this turquoise color. Use your right mouse click there and select remove document. Yes, I want to delete that one, remove extra data from database. Yeah, it will clean up the database. But the other thing is that I want to remove the project from project directory, which means that it will actually delete this DRW file from this Windows directory. Select remove. Yay, everything seems to be going quite okay. And then, oh yeah, it's opening on the other screen. I was waiting for this one. And then you can compare it to the existing and just select cleanup, and yes, now everything is done. The database is cleaned up, and then also normal test drawing in the project database, or normal test drawing in this location either. So every time you delete your project, please uh, use the database or project settings. Here actually I can still see the test drawing, but if I try to open the drawing, it will say that yeah, it cannot because it cannot find it. But in case you remember, always synchronize the changes from the database to drawing, so it will update the project tree as well. And there you go, the document was deleted from the tree. Another thing is that you may want to move these documents on the document tree. This is a multi-line directory, but these are single-line drawings here. You can move these drawings into your own directory. Move to directory. It means that only in this electrical tree the directory will change, not in this Windows environment. Move to directory, and in case you want to, you can set the single line, or then in case you want to have it underneath the multi-line or something or some other, you can single line, and you can create these. Use this mark and then A and OK, and it will create the A directory as well. Again, move to directory. Maybe the single line is just fine. And then you can select the other single line there and select single line. OK, and it's there. Other thing is that you may want to also change the name of these drawings. The easiest way is to do it in here. Never do it in this location. If you change the name of this drawing like so, I will press the A in this Windows environment, and I will try to open this 03001. The information doesn't help us. Again, open drawing. Oh, it was actually the wrong one that I opened. Wrong one that I opened. But now you can see it's marked black, since now it read again the directory, the Windows directory, and it recognized that there is no that name of a drawing. But if I change it back, like so, maybe update the directory here, or the project tree. Yeah, now you can see it has it here. So if you want to change the or rename the document, use your right mouse click on the document, rename document, and maybe change it from 001 to 002. Then you can see it's already changed the name here, and also it's changed the name in this directory here. So please use your database tool or the electrical project tree to change and modify your document names. Do not go to Windows directories anymore. And in case you want to edit the documents also, it applies for some labels that you can edit in the database. Let's close this arrangement drawing here first. Yes, please save the changes. And then in the schematics, maybe I wanted to fill in these planning and drawer checker information. I can just go to the DB, uh, check on the documents. Now they are grouped by the file name. I can delete that one here. And maybe I want to find the well, at least there's the designer. I can filter it in a way that it will be here, or then maybe I'll filter it by the file name. Okay, so if I want to put the designer information here, I can just select the top one, the cell, go to bottom, use my shift key pressed, and then get all the cells active. Use right mouse click and write my initials here. So now the guilty one is saved there. And there you go. Now we can see that, for example, the 501, where is the drawing type here? So we have the schema 501. The turquoise is again it's the actual drawing, and underneath that is these two sheets that we have in this drawing. And there you go. We have the designer information. Not yet here, but when we go to the drawing and update and synchronize the information, you can see that my initials are there. Page up and page down, you will find them both there. So, and then we can move on for the next steps of this one. So you can see we have these devices underneath the object ID, and then some locations can be found, and then of course the devices. So we can do the same, we can check the same in the database tool. There are these and you can create new things on the electrical tree here. You can create new things on the actual drawing. Of course, insert some cabinets or devices, they will create them. But there is also one place now that we can do it. It's in the database, where you can also create any type in the same way that you do in the drawing. But now this is a bit different. If you select the locations, this is the first step to add in location, and you can do new location by clicking on this gray square on here, any one of them. So it means that you don't have anything selected, or you can even do it actually in any place of this location table, and select new location. Usually you are doing the locations when you are creating a new distribution board or cabinet, or then you are inserting these frames to your drawing. But now let's create a new location, new distribution board for us. And the object ID, let's select the 1, 2, 3. It will still be part of this 1, 2, 3 object. And now you can see it's red since it thinks that we are only doing the location 1, 2, 3. But we can also fill in the MCC, give it an MCC2. Now we can give the object ID for that as well. So in real time, as you are filling in any information here, you can see that the device tree is changing at the same time. No need to change anything else. The distribution board is quite okay. The electrical position, just check that your location is 1, 2, 3 plus MCC2 or equals 1, 2, 3. The equals and the plus number, plus mark, they are coming automatically. So make sure you type it like that. No other information needs to be selected. Size and position information, they are okay as they are as a default. Press OK. And you can find the MCC2 here. Select the MCC2. So you have created one location here and move on to the devices table. Now it will show all the devices that are underneath the MCC2, which is none. So you can again press right mouse button and select new device. Oh, it's on the other screen here. Give the device an ID Q11. And when you click on some other place, the full ID will change to the 123 MCC2 and Q11. Then select the device type. It should be a safety switch. And that way you should have it. It should be now okay. Then stay on this MCC2 and you can continue for the terminal blocks. Next table. And then again right mouse click and select a new terminal strip. And give it a ID of X02. And all the settings are okay. Press OK. And once you have the X02, you can find it on here underneath the MCC2. You can go to Edit Terminal Strip. And this way you can add in new terminals into the terminal strip. The number for that should be L1. Part number, those are okay. Click on that. Again, give the new number L2. L3. And then protective earth. And after you have done all these, press OK. And you should have 3 pins underneath the X02, like so. And that was one way to do the pins. In case you want to see another way, you can select them all. use your right mouse click, then remove terminal block. It will delete all these 4. Okay. And don't do it on the left side with here. You cannot add in those, but select again the turquoise, the XO2 level here. Use your right mouse click there and then generate multiple terminal blocks. Starting number 1 and quantity 4. Okay, it will create them. And now you just change the pin number from L1, L1, L2, L3, not my day today, L3, and the protective earth. And it's a bit quicker way to do it, to have those blocks inside the terminal. But anyway, there are many ways to create these blocks. And then the last thing we want to create is maybe you select the MCC2, go to cables. There shouldn't be any cables. Use your right mouse click, select new cable. It's on the other screen again. Give the ID, for example, Whiskey 03. I think there shouldn't be any that type of cables inside the whole project. Then the type of the cable. If you are in the example project, you should be able to find this MCMK 3 times 1.5 / 1.5, and no other information is needed. Okay, and you should have the cable there. Let's do it again. New cable. Uh, 4 cable type MCMK, like so. And that's okay. Now we have 2 cables, which are at the moment coming from the MCC2. They may change in the coming times. Then after the cables, terminal blocks, devices, locations, and so forth are done, you should have them all in the database. Minimize those ones. Minimize the database tool, and then synchronize changes from database to drawing. And in that way, you should be able to find the new MCC2, XO2, and Q11 from there. Now we can start creating new sheet for the same drawing, and you can do it by going to the last page and press create new available sheet. And for me it created sheet number 3. First thing you notice that there is no object ID and no electrical position. And we wanted them to be the MCC2 here should be the in charge of what goes inside this inside these frames. Everything should be part of the MCC2. So if you select the MCC2 and select set data of this location to the drawing frame location boundary or marking. Quite a long function. Select that one and point out any part of the frame. And then press enter. And now you may see that there is the object ID and electrical position. Those are updated here. And now if you want to see show occurrences from the drawing, it will show you the drawing label, which is the only occurrence of this MCC2 here. Then we will continue for the Q11. It's the safety switch for this MCC2. We can actually start inserting the device even though we don't have any symbol for that. Insert an occurrence of this device into drawing. Now it will ask that what kind of symbol do you want to insert. Select other symbol and select schematic symbol. These are the old device icons that we have, and the safety switch can be found underneath the motors. Select motors, and here you can find the safety switch. Select whatever safety switch is suitable for your design. I will select this 3-pole with protective earth. That one, and then I can insert it somewhere here. And it will already have the attributes from the device Q11. They are all done. And the pin numbers are coming from the symbol as it should be. Then OK. And press ESC. Next thing is to set these XO2 terminal blocks into the drawing. Insert terminal blocks of strip in this drawing. Now you need to select a few things. First of all, on the left hand side, make sure you have the MCC2, Q and XO2 terminal block. Then go to select correct. My bad. Select the type first of all, it's terminal block. And there you go, you have the correct symbol. In case you want to select something else, go to select and have any other of these. But I will pick this terminal block here. Paint or using the shift button, click top one and shift button pressed, click on the protective earth. So you will have them all here. Space evenly for PCs, visible ID, only first ID visible. So in that way you will only have this XO2 next to the L1, and once those all go next to each other, you don't need the XO2 to be visible there. Then everything is set. Select OK. And make sure the L1 goes to the same level as this pin number 1. Let's say it's there. There's the L1. The L2 should be as the pin number 3, and so forth. All the terminal blocks are now drawn automatically, and they are aligned with the face and the protective earth. One thing that we didn't create was a motor into the database. And the motor can be found from the symbols. Select Open the Symbols window when you are on Schema tab. Select Symbols. And then you can select, go to this. Well, we can actually have an exercise. You can either go to electrical symbols or you can go symbols in current drawing. And you should be able to find motors and only one motor symbol since we have the motor in the page number 1. Double click that motor and insert it to the drawing. ID of the motor should be maybe MO2 or MO3. Let's have an MO3. And the location for that one should be only 1, 2, 3. OK. No electrical position since it's not inside the distribution board. Then say OK and press ESC. And now in this time, please save your document so no information goes wasted. After this one, select the draw bus bars feature. So we will draw all the wires from the terminal strip to the motor. Select draw bus bars. Select L1, L2, and the third one. Give this the name PE. No ID, no bus bar texts. So only the colors should be now the ones that are in charge. And the module spacing should be ×2 since the one drawing unit is a 3.5 and these are 7 drawing units apart of each other. So with these settings, press OK and you can start drawing from the XO2 to the motor, and they are done. Make sure that you still have the Q11 here. This is sort of wrong, but we will fix it in later on. If it's not, don't bother, we can change it afterwards. Then go to your electrical tab, back to there, and then find the wirings. And in case you don't want to go through all these, just type in the Whiskey 03, which you created a while ago in the database, and it will jump to that wire. Where is the MCMK 3 times 1.5 / 1.5? Select a cable, use your right mouse button and select Assign cables and wires in drawings to this cable. Click on that. Select it with your right mouse button and then connect and mark cable and its wires. That's the feature that we want to do. Select that one. There is the draw cables line across the wires first point. Click on the right side of the cables or wires and then on the left side. So this will mean that we will select these 4 wires here. They are coming from this XO2 and they are going to this Q11 here. That's okay for me. Brown, black, gray, and protective earth. Okay. And then set your cable marking there. And now this cable works. Show in project tree and also show occurrences from the drawing that way. And let's do it again. Connect and mark cable and its wires. Now these are already connected, so they will be so-called they are in the database, so that's why they are turquoise. And now we can point out these wires underneath the safety switch. Again, 2 clicks coming from the Q11, going to the motor 3. Press OK. And then you have the Whiskey 04 there. Save your drawing and then check on these how they are going at the moment. They are going to XO2 to Q11. And if you check the from and to information, there is the 123 XO2 L1 and 123 MCC2 Q11 and so forth. And here the same thing is from the 123 MCC2 Q11 pin number 2. It's the from information and 123 MO3 U1 pin. And what is wrong in here is that the Q11 here is not that is not correctly informed. If it's only Q11 now, it means that it's inside the distribution board. I will show you from the first page. There is the 123 Q10 for the safety switch, and it should be the same way for that our new safety switch, and you can check even these from and to. So you can see that to information is 2, 1, 2, 3, Q10 and pin number 1, and when it's next cable wire is going from, it's 1, 2, 3, Q10 pin number 2. So I guess you see what is wrong with this. So you can double click this safety switch, open it, and then you can change the location from the device properties, and you can change it to 1, 2, 3. Full ID will change. It should be OK. Press OK. And now when you save the drawing, it should change also these cables from and to information. And here you can see the to information is now only 1, 2, 3, Q11, pin number 1. No more MCC2 inside there. Yes, and now that we have the cables here, they are on the project tree, we can go forward in the exercise. Sometimes you may want to change, for example, these pin numbers. Now in this example there are not so many, so you will be able to do them one by one. It's quite fast. But I will show you one way to do it using our database tool, how to change these rather quickly. Open your DB tool once again and search for this X02 where you can find all these and select terminal blocks table. So there you can find all the L1, L2, L3 and PE. So what if you need to have a number 2 in front of all these? So it will be a suffix number for all these. You can do, as I mentioned, you can do them one by one. Just click here and type number 2 there and so forth. But what if you have more of them? I suggest that in that case you select all these rows which you want to modify. Again, using shift button, click once, then the other end with your shift button pressed. And use your right mouse click and select edit rows in Excel. That will open Excel worksheet for you. Sometimes it doesn't open automatically. You need to go and click on that one. But now the same things that you have in the database here are found also in this Excel. And for example, if I want to change the name to 2L1 and so forth, I can just do the Excel modification. If you are a wizard using the Excel, then in that case you may be more efficient than I am. But let's say I wanted to make that kind of change. So now after the change, don't save anything. Just go back to this DB tool. I will minimize that one and leave the Excel behind me, or behind the DB tool. And then Excel still open. Go back to these rows. Use your right mouse click and select import rows from Excel. And that will close the Excel file, and the information will be brought to the database and from there to your DB tool. And now you have the new pin numbers for your terminal block, and when you go to the drawing, of course, that will update the pin numbers in the drawing. And then after editing these terminal blocks, we can continue to mass edit the cables. Of course, you can edit the cable type one cable at a time, select edit cable, and then you can change the cable type here for some type that you already have existing there. But again, it's not quite efficient to do that in so if you have multiple cables. So let's say we want to change these MMO cables. In the first sheet, we have the Whiskey 10 and Whiskey 11. These cable types, we want to change them from 7 times 1.5 to 7 times 2.5. And how to do that one is to, again, open your database tool. And first you will go to management. And we need to manage some cable types because I happen to know that we don't have any MMO 7 times 2.5 available. Oh, there it is. So this is the cable type management. This must be familiar for you from the previous basic trainings. I hope you have watched them as well. So you can find the 7 times 2.5 cable just typing in to the global filter, and well, maybe we'll select this one. Just make sure it has this 7 times 2.5. Double click that one and it should be somewhere here. Oh yeah, there it is at the top. And after that you can close the cable type management. So now you have added the cable to your project cable types. And now you can select things. Go to the cables list and select from the project tree, select the 1, 2, 3, so you won't have too many cable options. The cable type is now a bit here on the right. In case you want to bring it closer to the left, you can grab from the header, click on that one, and move it side. Maybe you want to put it somewhere, maybe in the first place. You want to see the cable type and then the information of that. So it's possible for you to move these headers here in the way that you want. Then there are these MMO 7 times 1.5. Just select both of them. Again, use your shift button when you select multiple ones. Both are selected. Use right mouse click. And here you can select the new cable type for that, the MMO 7 times 2.5. Save. And once we go to the drawing, now no editing is here anymore on, so we can synchronize changes from database to drawing, and there you can see the MMO changed there, there, and there. And there was some mass editing done for the cable types. Then we can continue for the product information. And in this example drawing, multi-line drawing, you can see actually there is some product information already with these contactors here. And now it's time to see how you can get those product information, how you can add information, where you can add it, and so forth. Once again, you need to go to the database tool, you need to go to the management, and you need to go to product information. And it's on the next slide. So at the moment we have the product information management open, and First of all, you have four different type of databases. You have the standard databases, which are installed to your laptop or PC, computer, whatever it is. Uh, it's installed when you install Cadmatic Electrical. And there are few product databases available which you can download. I will show you that in a bit. Then there are shared databases, which means that you can have the product databases. These are the user products. These are already available for you. They are empty though, but you can bring in any data. Maybe from project, you can just drag it and drop it for now. This information is here in the user products one. And if all the users have the same database somewhere on your Windows server, you can find the same database and it will be updated to all employees at the same time. So you can use the shared database in a way that you all can all will have the access for that one. I'll remove that from the database. Then here's a list of all databases that you have. um, it will show everything. And then there is one option in case you happen to know that there is some product information in the previous project that you wanted to have. You can just select the other project here. Make sure you have either you select the SQL server or then you select the access database file and you get the access to that product information. But today we will concentrate on these standard databases, and as mentioned, you can install some of those that you will, or actually you can download them from the Azure cloud uh, in a way that you will get the updated information. If you select the standard databases and the product database drop-down menu, click that one and select download. Here you can see all these databases that we provide, or actually the manufacturers provide to us, and we then update them to the cloud and you will get the access. Some of these are older, some of these are newer. And actually, if you use your right mouse click on the black bar and select show columns, you can set the new version here. And you can see that some of these are quite old, so you may not want to use them. But Siemens, for example, is rather new at the moment, and maybe now this is recorded before the release, and some of these databases will be also updated after during the release. So make sure you get the new version. Check out if you will have the 24 stamp over there. But I will select the Siemens database, click on install selected, and then I can close. And now it will download me the Siemens database. It will take a few seconds, so it will update it here. And there you can see there is almost 38,000 rows of product information, so should include most of the Siemens products regarding electrical designing. Yes, and this is a way you can have these standard databases uh, downloaded and installed to your electrical. In the shared databases, I want to mention that you also have the 1 to 9 databases, but you can also create new database here, or then you can import completely new database, maybe uh, you can import an Excel file or some text file or even access data file. Either way, those all can be done importing the to import the product information. Yes, we can close this product information uh, at the moment. Well, we checked on the product information, which is really someone else has filled all the information, or you have brought your own tables to the database. Uh, there are actual product information. So let's move on for the additional information, and that means the additional information. What that is. Uh, you, I guess you understand that um, we have these symbols in the drawing. Let's say this relay or coil, and it has attributes. It has an attribute Q01, attribute A1, and attribute A2. These are part of this one symbol, but the symbol can have a device, uh, such as this is a device here, and you can show the device on project tree, and the device itself can have, let's go to edit device, it can actually have additional information. And now it means that those attributes are only to that one symbol, but the additional information means that it is for the whole device itself. It can be for the device or product model, uh, but in the end, the device will still contain the additional information. And additional information is everything you can imagine. It's only a text information though, but still sort of like the attribute, but it's an attribute inside the database. Okay, let's check on what this additional information definition management contains. First of all, we have these standard databases, 183 additional information that we have made up. Just things we think users may need. Uh, most of these are like these position text 1 to 9 and so forth. Uh, and on the bottom you will see all the project additional informations. So meaning that just like the cable type management or anything else, you have the database on the top, and then you can drag some information to be used on the project. Then we have shared databases. Once again, you can create shared additional information, and this means that uh, in one company, if you use the shared database for the additional information, it means that someone creates a new additional information, and you all read the same EDB user common database. It means that you all will eventually get automatically the uh, updated databases, additional information databases in use. And sometimes this is the best way to work when you have multiple people working with the same project. Then the other project, again, you can copy information from other project, meaning that I have one nice additional information on the project I made last week. I can go to the project, copy the additional information just for this project and continue my work. And also you can create some additional information using this etim information. But now let's go to standard database, or actually it's not that. Yeah, standard database. That's the one we are looking for. And as mentioned, here are some already existing informations, and on this lower part you can see the information that's already on the project. Use your global filter to let's say electrical information can we find, or electrical data. Yeah, that's quite good. Select the electrical data, double click that one, and you will have on the top again the information is there. Then other thing that you may want to find is voltage, and actually there you can see the voltage already. Add to project again, double click, right mouse click and add to project, drag it to the project, or oh, no, I only want it for one time, and I will get it here. And then you can create new additional information to shared databases if you like, or then you can create the new additional information already to this project itself. And I will do it for the project this time just by pressing new in the bottom here. Select new and give a name for that one, maybe power factor, like so. Don't give any values in case you don't know them. If it's a constant value, of course, then give the value, but usually usually the value is empty. You fill it afterwards, you have given the additional information to some device, and then you give the information to it. Attribute should be something, we use these attributes, as I mentioned, a symbol has an attribute, so the information can be shown on the drawing, and so will be this additional information also. It needs an attribute in order to get the information visible in the drawing. Of course, these informations can be reported out of the electrical, but usually you need the attribute to point out this information to the drawing. And the type of the information, electrical information, yes. This tag means that if some symbol has this E power factor attribute, this one, it means that the device that uses the symbol will actually get the additional information automatically. Then, in case you are doing some boundaries, or in case this is something else, maybe this could be something related to cables. You can select from the three dots that what object types will get the additional information. Not every object type will get it automatically. Usually it's only a device and product model, but sometimes you need to give the information type also for the cables, maybe for the wires, and maybe even for the documents. So in case you feel like you cannot set the additional information to something, you need to go and specify this additional information for objects to be correct. But this time we don't need to modify that to any Okay, so we should have the voltage, electrical data, and the power factories on the bottom. Then you can close the additional information definition management, and now we only created these additional informations, and later on this in this exercise we will eventually we will use those additional informations. Then we can continue for the product models, not product information, but product models. At the moment, we can go check what product models we have in the project. Of course, in this other screen. At the moment, this is a product model management that we are looking for. We have product models that are available for this project. We have standard databases, shared databases, other projects. Same story applies here as as we have with the product information and additional information. Shared, all the employees get, or you can copy from existing project. And on the bottom you will see these project product models, and of course in case you have some default project product models, there will be showing here. But the project product models are here. At the moment there are 39. You can see the quantity here. 39 different product models, and this list doesn't give you too much information of what they are. You can just see that there is a three-phase motor, that type of product model, but not much more information. So the management isn't for the product models, it's not the best place to check out what you have, but at this moment the best place to see the product models is to select on the electrical tree product models. In case you don't have this icon, select from the drop-down menu product models. Product models go into directories as our drawings go. They have some defaults, but you can move them. You can create directories of your own in a way that you want to see them here. This is one list of the product models, but another way to have a list of the product models is to go to your electrical tab and select here the product models, and it will open you a list of product models a bit same that you have here, but you can select only electric defined product models or only light equipment product models. And here you can see, for example, product models are these different light fixtures or lighting equipment positions. Every position is its own product model. Product models can be edited here. You can copy the product models, you can delete them, and then you can create new ones. And yeah, maybe go for an edit here and see what's inside there. And you can close this one. Here is a create from device. You can use this one, or then you can do it in a way that I will do the creation of a product model. Uh, Easiest and maybe fastest way to create a product model for you is to select the top hierarchy here, the example project. Use your right mouse button and then select. There are two options now. There is create a new product model, which will create you an empty product model, which you will have to define all the devices in it, all the occurrences, all the settings. But sometimes you may have an existing device, and then you can select create new product model from a device. And in that way, when you have, for example, this Q01 here and Q02, those have all the occurrences, and that device will be part of this product model. You can select create new product model from device, and then you can point out the device. The Q01, that will be my first device of the product model. Press enter, and it will now open you the information about this one. As you may remember, the Q01, it had a few occurrences already. It had this main diagram, some relay packs, coils, and in the control circuit, it also had this some occurrences, and also 3D boxes for cabinet layout, and this as well for that place, 2D and 3D. Okay. First of all, you can change the name of the contactor. Let's say this is a GE 4 kilowatt AC 3. Don't give any position for that, but keep this update devices automatically. Keep that as a yes. So in case you change anything here, it will update to the drawing automatically. Do not lock the pins. And now in case you want to change it, now it's going to this contactor directory, but in case you want, you can type in something else and it will be on a test, or maybe you want to change that one and you can see the contactor 11 is there. So you can change the directory where this product model is going to be. Change the X, Y, and Z information. They are now 48. The Y is 77 and Z is 84. Like so. And the size data will also update here. We have the automatic update. And then we can close this one. And we have the first product model here done. The product model went for the contactor. Here you can see the name of the contactor, and here you can see it's one pieces of that product model, and here is the device name. As a full ID, it doesn't show in the same way as you have here. There is the Q01, but the product model will show you the full ID of the device. And again, show from drawing. There you go. You have the first device there. Then select the GE 4 kilowatt. Oh yeah, save that one, of course. And then use your right mouse click and select Assign Devices. So it means that you can assign any device on this on this project. If you have, for example, this Q02, it should be the same product model. You can select all from here, so all the tabs will appear. Press OK and select the Q02 and press enter. Now you have two contactors that are part of your new product model, and it should be here as well. Then move to the last page or last sheet where you have these two, this drawing that we have been doing here. You can start inserting the contactor symbolics here as well. So select the GE 4 kilowatt again and insert one by one. And now select the symbol that you will insert. This one is okay. Okay. And make sure you are inserting the faces again correctly. There you go. And now we can give that also an ID of Q01. Since the electrical position is MCC2 and you can get almost the same but in a different cabinet. Okay. And I want to insert another one till the right like so. It's the Q02. And then you press cancel and you have those both MCC2, MCC2. So almost the same IDs with those, but only the cabinet is different. Well, sometimes the information for this product model isn't correct, and you need to change the information for that one. You can go to edit the product model and go for the product information. Now, when we created this one, the information came from the symbol itself. We didn't pick that one up yet. We can go to product information selection. And this way you should be able to find your, at least first of all, the standard databases and select the Siemens database to be the place where you look for that one. And type into the global filter the 3RT 2016/1AP01. And you should be able to find one contactor which is the same kilowatts, pretty much contains all the data fields there. Double click that one. Now you have two product informations below, which means that it tries to upload both informations for the contactors, but you need to delete the old information from there. Right mouse click on the to be deleted row, remove, OK. And now you should have updated your product information for this one product model. OK. And now it asks if you want to change the size data. Well, of course, since it's in the cabinet layout, also change the size data like so. And you have the update devices automatically. It's a yes. Now it still says the ABB power. Press close. And there you go. You have the Siemens information on both contactors and also in the first sheet where we had this information about. First sheet where we had the information about the ABB, and we used these ones to create the first two product model devices. Then we want also to have some additional information for a device, or then you can give the information also for a product model. And let's start the product model from this that we already created. Now we actually need to change the name first of all. It should be Siemens. Now that we changed the product information, that one doesn't update automatically. Well, then you can go for additional information and start filling the additional info from the info selection, or there is another way where you can do it in the database. I'll show you the database version here, but also it's possible to give the information for product model in this product model settings. close this one and open your database, so you will find some devices there. Let's start with well, select the 1, 2, 3, the object ID, and type in Q0, and let's Q0. Yeah. Now we got all these 4 contactors here. So we will actually be giving the additional information for these uh, product models. Let's see. Yeah, there is the product information is also correct, so we are up to date. Yes. In case we want to give some additional information for these ones, you can select them all in this devices tab. Use your right mouse click and select additional information. And of course to the other screen. You want to find the electrical data that we selected to be on the project earlier in this exercise. Select that one, and now it will be 4 times, since there is 4 devices, of course. Now all these devices might want the same value, so you want to fill in them. Now you have to do it one by one. Type in 3NO 1 NC, so 3 normal open and 1 normal closed. Copy the text and fill it for the value fields, like so. After the values are set, you can press OK. And just to check if you have the additional information on them, go till the end of this scroll bar, use your right mouse button, select Show Columns, and scroll down and see the electrical data. Click that one, press OK, and there you can see the electrical data of those devices. Well, this is a way to give the additional information in this database tool for devices. You can give it to the product models, so the information will go from the product model directly to these devices, or then you can give in the additional information also in the drawing. Select the schema again. There is in the schema there is a additional info button. I'll again show 2 ways. Either you select the additional info, click that one, you select the information, and then you point out the device where you want to insert the info. Let's see, at least it was the voltage we wanted to have for this. Yeah, double click there, give the value 400. No measurements, only the value. Then press OK and select the object which to add the selected additional information to. Only the motor, and there you go. We have the additional information on the motor. If you hover your crosshair again about this motor, you will see that in the bottom of that there is the voltage 400. Of course, you could give in the voltage there in the end, but at this time it's not necessary. And the same thing for these contactors. Actually, at the moment we cannot see the additional information, and I hope that you get why. It's because we didn't synchronize changes from database to drawing. But now if we do so, and hover the crosshair again, there you can see the additional information has come to this contactor Q01 of the MCC1 distribution board. Save the drawing so the information won't be wasted. Another way to do this one is to go to Edit Device, then select the additional information, select /edit, and here you can find out the power factor that we created and give the value 0.95. It's quite good motor for that, that power factor. Press OK, save the drawing. All the information is saved, and now we have the power factor. Then you may want those information also be visible in the drawing. And for these contactors, the information is shown. There is, if you select either of these symbols, go to properties, there is this elec1 information was already in the symbol. It was already an attribute that it got the information and electrical tries to fill in those attributes automatically. So we try to give the uh, additional information, and the attributes should talk to each other sort of regarding these symbols. But for example, if we watch this motor, we have power, but we don't have the voltage. We have manufacturer, type, power, and so forth, but still we are missing the voltage and the power factor. So in order to get those two, I think you may remember we gave the additional informations. We checked those ones that had the attribute in them as well. Select the motor, right mouse click, and insert info to drawing. It opens this type of dialog. Select device and then additional information. Double click on the voltage, so it will be here on the selected box, and also the power factor. And now how this works is that you can give a formatting, a prefix, and some value after that. So let's select the voltage. It's usually U equals, then you will have the voltage, the 400 that we filled in for the additional information, and then give volts, only a V. Then go for the power factor. Again, no prefix for that. Of course, prefix we need. And you can type in cos and then type in pressing the Alt button on your keyboard and use numpad. The numbers above the numbers don't, numbers above your letters, they won't work. You need the numpad for this one. Alt and on the numpad 237. So now I will do it. Alt pressed 237. And there you go, you will have the phi, the Greek letter phi. Phi. How do you say it? And then after that, you have two different object infos that you want to insert to the drawing. Press OK and insert them next to the motor, like so. And sometimes it may be that some values change. Well, and this may be something else than 95. let's say it's one worse than it used to be, 0.94. You press OK, and the information is still here visible. And if you save the drawing, go to database, refresh the database, and search for the motor, you should be able to find oh, the motor and check out some additional information there. And also these are also something you can change in here. No, I think it's 0.96, and we can end this uh, changing here. Go back to drawing and update the database to the drawing, and you will see the cost phi is 0.96. So it's pretty much doing things from the database, and you can mass edit if you have 20 motors, same informations, just do it in the database and you will get the updated information. Then after updating the information to the drawing, we can continue with the plates or shields. Now this is again a thing of the terminology, that how you what kind of terms you want to use. Open your DB tool, and you will get you can go to the management side, and here are the plate definitions. The plate definitions are used. I explained it once already today, that you can have the plate in the start and end point of the cable. It can tell the cable ID, where it's coming, where it's from, where it's going to, and also the cable type. For example, that, or then it can be some information in case you have a switch. Well, now in this multi-line drawing you don't have, but all the ID tags to the cabinet, uh, in case you need, you can have those plates in that way. But the plate definitions, if you open that one, it's again pretty much looking like the all other dialogues, which are only the header is a bit different. You can have the standard databases, which we don't have anything as a default, then the shared database and other project. Again, the same setting. And on the bottom, you have the project plate definitions and project default plate definitions. So this is the one when you create a new project, you will get the default settings. And the project plate definitions, select that one, and we actually will create a new definition for this project. So no standard databases, no shared databases, but we will only create a new definition for this project. Select new, again for the second screen. And then we will create first one will be for a device. Select the parent type. So you know you can have devices, you can have cables and so forth, cable packages, circuits. We are doing this for device type of a plate. Let's give it a plate type, device plate on a door. Give some size information, 64 times 20 millimeters, material, plastic. A sticker, and maybe the color, yeah, that should be white. And even the text size should be 4. These are all information that will go when afterwards you can report this from this database, create a report of the plates. these are all information that can be put out from here. Select additional information for the table that we will be looking for. Yeah. And after that, we will go through to find out position text 1, 2, and 3. And now you can drag them, you can double click them, but the easiest way is to drag to the row that you want them to be. Row number 1, additional information, position text. Then I will give a space, dash, space. Position text 2, you can modify it also in the bottom here, and then give the position text 3. That one you will need to drag there. So now you should have additional text, position text 1, text 2, and text 3 as a device plate for a door. So you may find we have a switch there which is automatic, manual, and off, and that one you can get for the device. Then press OK. There's the device plate, and then select new, and we'll create one more plate for the cables. Parent type is then cable. Cable plate. Cable plate 2, since I have one. So give us some plate type there. Again, the sizes for them, 40 millimeters times 8. Not that big. Let's say it's 80 times 40. And then the text size could be 3. In case you want to have some material fixing methods, this could be we could use maybe cable size, could be the fixing method or something else there. And again, the color should be white. Then the table we are looking for now, it's the cables, not the additional information of the cables, but the cables themselves. And few things we want to get from here. It's the ID. The ID will be on its own row, like this. And then you can get from and to information, like this, from, and now I will do smaller than, dash, bigger than, or are they other way around? Give me feedback from that. And then to information to there. So you will have the ID on one row, and the next row will contain from and to information. And maybe you want to even give the cable type or the cable description. Can we see a type here? Yeah, there's the type. We can give that also for the cable plate, since it's normally, sometimes you can get the cable type, but sometimes you need to recognize the cable type from the text. Press OK, and there you go. Now we have two new, they are these bottom ones, two new cable plate, again not the cable plate, but two more plate definitions for this project. Now you can press close. Let's go to the MCC1 cabinet. Go to devices and move your scroll bar to the left, in case that was missing. select the device, which is the full ID should be 123 MCC1SO1. It's this one. Select the row, use right mouse click and select plates. And the plates will come here. And now we have the definitions on the top of the project, shared database, standard database and shared database. But the project is now the only one where we have the plate definitions. We can drag this down for this device. So the SO1 will have the plate definition, and then you can press OK. So now we have the plate type. There is a device plate on a door. That's the one I defined there. And one thing I forgot to mention, let's go back to plates. You can specify how many pieces of the plates you need there. Sometimes you need more than one. And here on the end you can see 2 plates. Now you go to the plates table, select that one, and you can see that there is now a device plate, and it has the names for open, zero, and close. And where these names come from are, let's go back to device, select the SO1, and we can go till the end, and we can find show columns, and there is this position text 1, 2, and 3, and the position text are as an additional information here. And now those additional information, in case you remember, the plate definition mentioned that it was the position text 1, 2, and 3 that will be there. And now if you go to plates, you can see it's built from this open, zero, open, zero, close. So these are the rotation direction of the motor actually, which will be explained in the plate on the door of the cabinet. Now we will go to cables, and let's find the MCC2. We have 2 cables here, and they don't have the cable plates yet. These cables should already have the plates, or do they? Well, we can add them later on. But let's select the MCC2. Again, select both cables, right mouse click, plates, and then you can select the cable plate 2 that we created now. Drop it to here, and now remember that we have 2 cables, and both cables have starting point and end point, so in that case you need 2 pieces of plates per cable. Then press OK, and no new cable. Yes, I'm sure. Select the show columns. That's an easy way to find things. Plates, plate type. Double click that one. Oh, okay. And there you can see there is the plate type. Cable plate 2 times 2. And in that way, if we go to the plates, now we should have those 2. There is the text from and to. For some reason the 2 isn't here. Maybe I selected the wrong 2 information for that one. But the text 3 is there as well. It's the cable type. Text 1 is the cable ID, and so forth. Those are showing quite okay. Let's see what is in the MCC1. Here it looks like it's working. Let's see what was problem with my plate definitions. Maybe I had some. No, it should be okay. From and to. Also, from and to. Maybe this dash is too much. I don't know. Uh, and everything should be updated. But no, yeah. For some reason it doesn't work for me. Might be some issue with the database. As mentioned, this is still the beta version which I'm uh, doing the training with. What these plates are now done, and we can move on with the exercise. Minimize the database tool, and you can synchronize information from the database to here. Then after the plates are uh, set for these cables, if you want to check the plate from the cable if it's there, you can double click the cable marking actually, and then let's wait a second, and there you go, you have the plates tab where you have the cable plate and two pieces of that. That's going from here to there and so forth. So the plates are set, and actually this isn't the cable that we made, but this one here is also there. You can see the cable plate. The description is missing, but still we have the plate set for the cable like so. But yeah, after the plates are set, we can continue for the reporting section here. Since many things we here are doing with the database, we are putting information into the database. Then, of course, on the other hand, we want to get the information out of the database, and the reporting is done for that occasion. First of all, I will show you what kind of reports we can get. And all the reports actually that I'm going to show you, they are now part of this project. They are project documents, so you can update them from the database rather quickly. First thing, let's see our document list, how it looks like. Ta-da, on the wrong screen again. But here you can see the document list. I'll put it a bit smaller. Like so. You can see all the information that is here. It's from the database. It's not written in hand. Document names, dates, or drawing numbers, and the document names and scales, they are all set from the database. And everything can be updated. If I change something, I will just update this list. Well, someone might be interested in lighting features list, and that as well can be specified from the database. Maybe today's subjects, which are mainly regarding wires and maybe some devices. Maybe you want to see the cable list. That kind of list we can make. It's an Excel report. This is actually from a layout drawing, but let's select the cable connection list. That's way better one. There you go. You can see it's actually from this drawing. It's this cable information, and I would say the Whiskey 02 cable. Oh no, Whiskey 21. Yeah. All the cables that are coming from the distribution board, they are listed here. So the one that it's going to motor, that's not here. But the cable to the safety switch is here. Cable to all these control cables going to motor and the safety switch and some other cables that can be found. They are all listed here, and you can see which connections are done with which wire. For example, this NOMAC wire, orange number 1 is from the motor 1 pin number 3 to the X1 pin number 5. Quite easy way to show the connection list. Well, those are the Excel reports, and sometimes you may want to create a different looking list as well. And there we go. We have also the CAD list, which means that you can create a list to this CAD document. You can create a new document and attach it to the project database, or then you can just create a new sheet to the existing document and get the connection list to that location. And we will now do the second option. So let's create a new available sheet from the plus marking on the schematics tab. Like so. Now I don't have any object ID or electrical position here, and that's fine. We don't need those informations right now because we are doing new only the connection list. Select the electrical tab and then select reports from the project groups and then select CAD reports. So this will create a CAD drawing rather, and these reports they are actually using, they will create an Excel or PDF report. Select the CAD reports and here are some list types that we can create. Select the cable connection with terminal blocks. You can check out the rest of the list. They work just the same as this one. You can check the headers from them, and you can quite easily see what they are about. Then press OK and wait a second, and you will get the dialog where you can select which wires and cables you want to be in this connection document. So here are the IDs of the cable. Here are the from information and to information, of course the type. Don't forget that one. But if we try to do the same that we had in the cable connection list here, we didn't have too many cables. We actually only had the cables which were coming out of the or from the MCC1 cabinet. So even this Whiskey 02 isn't something we want to select. I will select only this MCC1. You can actually filter it by using this MCC1, and that way you can select them as well. And in case you filled in some information about the installer or supplier, you can select those as well. Columns and sheets, columns per sheet. I think this 2 columns is enough because there's plenty of room to have 2 different connections side by side. So if you have tens of connections to be listed, in that way you will save the amount of the sheets. and that way it's quite much easier to read for the installation electrician. Select the report language. English is okay by now. I have selected all the cables, so I don't have to check this one, but which way you want, maybe select all the cables. That way you can have them there. Then press OK, and you have all the connections here, same way that we had in the Excel report. But I would say that this connection list, for me, it's much more easier to read how it goes. Not to say much more easier, but still, if we compare this this cable here and so forth, it's for me this is more clear how it goes. Of course, the benefit of using the Excel report is that when you change something, you just have to update it here. But in case you change this MCC1 cable type, you have to delete all these markings here and create the list again. So it requires a bit more work from you. And as said, this cable type isn't in the database. As you can see, it's only so-called stupid text. And if we select this, this is a power cable. So there is no, if I select show occurrence from drawing, it will throw me to here. It doesn't let me think of this as its occurrence. This is only a text marking here, not the actual occurrence of this cable. And the cat list, you will just publish it as it would be any other cat document. At this point, this would be part of this document, and you will just, it's one of the sheets of the document. Okay, so cat lists are something that you have to remember that a few things. You can't modify these cat lists. I mean the templates you cannot modify, or then even you cannot modify after you have created this report. I mean you cannot modify it in a way that it would intellectually change something in the actual drawing as well. So you will have to recreate them afterwards, after the actual modification of the drawing. But next, let's look for these Excel reports. Then regarding the Excel reports, which are, I would say at the moment they are a bit versatile than the cat lists. First thing you need to check is the project settings and see what paths do you have linked to your project. I will select the project settings and then go to the reports section. Okay, now there are two paths that you need to have. First one is the location of common report templates. And this one should be the same usually for all of you, which means that you should have the same C path here, unless you have changed it to some location of your company, maybe on some server or some other drive that you will use, not a cloud service, but other server where you have this template report files located. Now this other one is the templates and report files that we actually have in the example project. And this is a project-specific report template. And this means that every time I create a new project, it will create me a template/report files to this project directory. So this is the same. You should all have this one also, and that way you should have that. And let's see, the templates can be found here. And two things, there are the report files. Was it? Yeah, report files is the place where you can check for these templates. Well, what does the template look like? Let's check the cables connections Excel template. Double click that open, and well, I actually happen to have this cable connections also open here, so we can compare a bit. So we have an information in the database. Let's say we have a from information for the cable, and the information is now set here. Then we have the connections, IDs, and from pins, and they are listed next here. Then we have the cable ID, which is the next one. So every information from the database can be listed to this Excel report using only these headers that are from the database and placed between dollar marks. Let's close the cable connection list, and maybe we want to create one of our own. Select. You can copy this one. Maybe you want to give it a name of cable connections 2, and that will already be found. That can already be found in the place. Just copy it, and then after that you can open the cables connection 2. Let's leave it. Okay, so dark theme. Suddenly it's night. Something changed the colors. Don't mind on that. So why we did this? This is something we want to create our own cable connection list. And let's leave the Excel file open on the background. Minimize this one, and also you can close this one. Just keep in mind that you need to, if you want to have the project-specific report templates, there is the one for them, and then there is the common report templates, one location for them as well. Then, how to start the reporting? I will save this one. For example, I want to have a cable list report of this document here. I will select the reports, since this will create the Excel reports or PDF reports or even XML reports in case you have some need for that. And it will open another window, another dialog to how to do this. First thing you need to do is select the report type. Cable connections list. That is something we are going to do. And then you can select the new Excel that we created. Make sure you select that cable connections 2 in case you change the name for that, of course. Make sure you have the project in the beginning of this list name, since these project ones are in the project specific directory, and these commons which are actually you get all these lists when you install Cadmatic Electrical. All these common, they are not as fancy as these ones on the example project, but they will do. So meaning that these commons are in the Cadmatic directory as a default. But now select the cable connections to, and let's start doing things that we want maybe to see in the drawing. Well, I will select this to the side and the Excel here. Here are some remarks. Maybe I don't want to have the remarks. I want to have calculated length. There is no length in here, so maybe that's something that should be. In case I want to have this header here, I can just go here and type it myself. Just keep in mind you need to have it exactly correctly written. Or then you can just go for the black header, use your right mouse click, copy column headers to clipboard, and calculated length. Select that one. It will copy the header, and then you can just paste it to this cable connections to report template. And then you can have the this is the header that will be shown in the report after you create it, and this is the variable that will change regarding of the length of the cable. Let's see if we even have any length for the cables here. Okay, save the Excel from there, like so, and then go back to this report tool. Now you may not want to report all these cables to here. So you want to have them maybe how they are from where they are to, and so forth, or maybe some location which would be the MCC1, for example. You can sort out these as as you may want. Maybe we want another. We want this manufacturer actually also for the list. Use your right mouse click, select copy column header to clipboard, paste it, and then where should it go? You can actually, if you want, you can just insert some well, I will just put it, no, these are, I can put it on the right side here. Just do some modifications. So no, not that way. Copy those, paste it here, and then copy the report, select the manufacturer, like so. Oh, yeah, it's a merged cell. My bad. Sorry, Excel. Maybe not that much. Okay, and now save the Excel. Maybe do some formatting there. So now it will create this nice new cable connection list
to that place. So I added this manufacturer and I added this calculated length. Save that one and minimize the Excel. Okay, my bad. Let's go back to this report tool. As mentioned, I maybe want just these from information is the one that I'm interested in, and there are a lot of these headers which are from the database regarding the cable connections. Every header that's related somehow for the cable connection is now listed here. And then we can sort out, for example, this from full ID or from customer ID. Let's check if how this works. From full ID, can we find the yes 123 MCC1 and 123 MCC2? We have the two cables. In the same drawing, we have these both locations set. Now, when we select those, you can actually see that there are nothing else than the cables that are now part of this uh, MCC1 and MCC2. And then also the cables are now listed here. There is the ID for the one cable, so forth. And can we find the whiskey? Oh yeah, these are the whiskey 03 and whiskey 04, which are listed like so. Maybe you want to arrange the order of these as well, not from the 26, but maybe some other way you want to sort them out. So now they will be listed in order if you click the ID here. So they should be the four cables of the whiskey 01. Then how many cables are there? Pretty many cables or wires. Yeah, there are the 7 wires for the whiskey 10 and so forth. And now we have them in these in order. Well, then one thing we also want to create is that we don't want those both locations to the same or the electrical positions. We don't want them to be on the same page of the report, or we even want to create one Excel report for the MCC1 and one Excel report for the MCC2. So you can drag from the electrical position, for example, or from the full ID, you can drag it and drop it to this gray area, as it says, drag a column header and drop it here to group by that column. Drop it here and you will get 1, 2, 3 MCC1 cables listed here, and then a bit fewer cables in the MCC2. And what this means that now we can select here that create separate reports from groups, or then you can have two sheets inside one report for each distribution board. I want to have separate reports from groups, and I also want to add those to the project both documents. And then few settings still to go. I want the Excel file to be here as a report format. I can also use the PDF file or the XML file. There are some things regarding this XML file that please ask from the support in case you want to use the XML file, since that requires a bit modifications to be used. Well, again, yeah, the Excel file is something we want to print out to the project folder, and in case you want to add some prefix, you can do so. Okay, and now one thing more before I report this out, I can save this setting so that maybe in some other project I can go back and find out these same settings here. If you save it, you can just give it a name, cable list 2, and anytime you come for the report tool to create a new report, you can just drop down, select a cable list, and it will do the same sorting out as you have done when you saved it. Okay, this wasn't necessary at the moment since we are now adding it to the project document, but still just to know that we can save the report settings here. Well, when everything is set, you can press next, like so. Here it shows you that it's going to create two reports. There's the prefix for the report. If I delete that one, or maybe I will cable list from the 123 MCC1 and MCC2. Now it will create two different Excel lists from the document. Let's see how it goes. I will press OK. One more time, save the Excel sheet so it doesn't mess up. Few seconds and it should be done, like so. Now you can open the Excels from here. You can double click this path. Not too convenient for me, I think, but a much better way to find out what's inside the Excel is go back to your electrical, and since we made something to the database, we need to synchronize the changes. So as you can see, no reports yet here. But when we synchronize the changes, we have the both cable lists here. Open document. Not that one. Now there will be. There you go. We have the cable information. There is actually the manufacturer. There is the cable length. And keep in mind, this is in millimeters. So if in case you need the length in meters, you may need to do some changes for your Excel template, divided by 1000 or something. So it will create it. And there's the MCC1 and then the MCC2 open report. Da, 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 da. And there you go. We have these new cables here. Well, let's say I need to change the cable ID for that one and that one. I will close all these. I will go here. And now I'll change this cable type here, or cable ID. Edit cable. Maybe I will give it a customer ID is 123 plus MCC2 plus Whiskey 03. And this one also. I think I misspelled here. It should be dash. Then now I have customer IDs for these two. It means that I didn't change the whole cable ID here. As it is here, also we have we have the cable. Well, actually there is the one. You can use the customer ID. That's my bad. Let's go back. Change it like so. And save the drawing. And now you remember we only had the whiskey 04 and 03. We had it reported here. So if we just, first of all, remember to save the drawing, but after that, if we just select the list here, right mouse click and update report, you will get the new report updated. You don't have to do any of those settings. I cannot show you, it's on the other screen and it's working. So unfortunately, so it will just go by there, and now it's done. And then open document, and now you have the new cable ID for both of them. So the update is rather quick. So in case, imagine you have 100 cables, their ID or maybe their type is changed from 3 times 1.5 to 3 times 2.5. 100 cables, you mass edit them in DB tool, then you have to just update the cable list and everything is set. It will take you maybe 10 minutes to redo all these things. And in some cases, I know in some softwares you have to use a bit longer to create these reports again. But here are the basics for this Excel report. That's I showed you how to create your own, how to update it, where you can find the locations and so forth. So I think that's pretty much all about the Excel reports. Then after the reports, it's time to check on how you can copy this type of document and things inside it intellectually using the DB tool. And for that, you will of course need the DB tool. And it will take a short break to it to open again. I had closed it in the meanwhile. But the feature that we are going to use is there's many ways to do it. You can use it for a single device. You can copy the device inside your project for multiple times. But in this example, we will do it for the documents. But as mentioned, it will do for any type of occurrence in the drawing. It can be a device, it can be I/O card, it can be a cable, it can be a document. Anyway, I will sort out these by the file name. And now, as mentioned, I want to copy this 501 to the project in some way that it's efficient, it's done rather fast, and things inside the document will just change to the next. They will a bit change the name, maybe the document name will change, and so forth. First, we will start this by doing copy to clipboard project. And make sure that now when you have grouped these files, you do the selection on the document row, not the one sheet, but the whole document, which is the turquoise color. Right mouse click and select copy to clipboard project. Click on there, and well, what you are exporting to the or copying to the clipboard project, it's this one document, and there are some settings to it. Yeah, well, we don't need to take care of those because usually they are the default, but you can do some changes there if you need. Then the clipboard project can also be exported to temporary project, which means it's actually the same clipboard project, but it's something that you will always have available. As the clipboard project, it will of course disappear after you take another clipboard project, but the temporary project will be something you can go back and use that once in a while. At this time, we won't be using that we will only do the copy to clipboard project. Select copy. It will copy all the things from the drawing itself, all the data, and there, now it's done. We have the clipboard project copied. Then you can go to Functions tab on the DB tool and go from Import. And here are actually options that you can also import from another project. You can import from clipboard project and also do some other import definitions. But this time we will select import clipboard project. Now it remembers the clipboard project, so you don't have to to do too many definitions there. But now we'll start to look how things will go in this new project. Let's say we want to copy this drawing 2 times. We have 2 more of these drawings, and now we'll just decide how the new drawing will be named. First of all, you can increase it by adding some numbers to the end or changing the numbers, so it will be now 502, 503 and so forth, or then you can have some sort of suffix in it. But I want to be it to increase the number by 1. Then we will select how it will do with the new when we merge the or copy the project. Will we merge it? Will we create a new devices, new locations, and so forth, or should we replace the old existing ones or fill the missing information? Now it pretty much it it's part that how things will be on your how you will create the project. Well, I want to create new ones, and these all will be new. And by the new style, they will be increasing the object ID will now be 1 to 4, CS1 maybe CS2, MCC4, MCC2, no, 3 and 4 should be those ones. And there is the preview, which at the moment isn't available since we have to press the continue button before that. Press continue. It will take again a short amount of time. And this is the clipboard that where we started. And on the preview tab, you can see there is the new 1 to 4 and 1 to 5. And underneath those, of course, as I mentioned, this will be new. And since the full ID or the location will change because of the 1 to 3 to 1 to 4, the whole location is changed. And in that case, these will be new in the project tree as well. After you are set, you can select import. It actually created all the information already, and now it only will just synchronize the database. And now we have 2 more drawings which are pretty much the same as the original one. Only thing that is different is that when we open the 502, the object ID will be 124. And this way you can do pretty much any type of copying in this database. As mentioned, you can do the clipboard also from one device, and such as we did when we started this not documentation, but the project, we created all these devices. You can maybe copy them and do them multiple times using the clipboard, or then you can, as mentioned, when you select the copy to clipboard project, this one Excel2, then you can maybe select that export to temporary project, copy, and then copy to clipboard. Oh yeah, it needed a. I will give it a name. That was the something I was missing. Copy. It went to the temporary project, and now you can you have the temporary projects in its own, and this can be also brought in with this import to this project, like so. And maybe I wanted to bring them. Let's wait a second. Like 10 of those. It will be merged to this 1, 2, 3. Also to this MCC2. And let's continue, and let's see on the preview. Well, there you can see we will have also the Excel 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth. I guess you will get the point in here that how you can do with the devices or even cables. Cables should be pretty easy way to do with these, and then import, and there you go. You have a few more terminal strips in your project. Then one thing which is maybe a bit weird to be showing in the end of the training, but what if you want to create a new project? And a few words of that. New project can be created many ways. You can start a new drawing and then attach that to the project and so forth. But what if you want to start from the DB tool? This is one way to do it. You can go to the file, select new project, and that way create the project. Maybe you want to use the default project, as I mentioned. Maybe I will use some time actually here. The default project is something that is always the same default project. You can change the default project settings from the, if you open, for example, here, project information and settings. Can it open it? Yes. And then you have the default settings. So now you can see I press the default settings here. You can change all these settings. You can have all the cable types that you want to have on your default project, all the product information, all the additional information, plate definitions and product models, whatever you want, they can be on your default project. And once you select the default project and create a new one, it will use all these default settings as mentioned. They will be part of your new project. Well then, another way is to have some existing project. And this is something you can really use a project that is actually really done. It's something that is at the moment they are building it, for example, or like that. Or then it's possible for you to create example projects, maybe to your company server or some other place on your C drive you decided. But you can copy the existing project. I will do it for the example project here. Or I could do it, let's say, copy that one. But the example project, they can be, for example, you do some healthcare electrification, hospitals and so forth. And you have some specifications to that in the example project. Then you may do some housing electrification. Those are a bit different from the hospital. Then you may do something regarding industrial electrification, and that is completely different regarding the housing electrification or building electrification. So that way you can have different example project, or then you may have different clients who they want different things. There may be different labels used, different uh, as we check the cross-reference things between pages or so, you may need those to be different here. And then, of course, the new important thing is to have the target project where you are going to put your project in this location, like so. And then the last thing, as I in the start I mentioned that we have access or SQL server. This means that you can select either one of these in case you have the SQL server in use. And in that case, you need to select the database and also the shared database. But if you use the access, the local database, that's the only thing you will get the access. You don't need to decide anything else. Then you can press OK. It will do some copying. And now I used the existing project from this location. This is the example project that I will copy. Let's see what I will get. Well, first of all, the project settings are pretty much the same I made there on this day's training. Report locations, yeah, they are there. Cable types, as we had already. Product information. There is even the Siemens contactor that we did today. Additional information. There should be the power factor, yes. Plate definitions, two more that we did today. And also the product models, which we can, well, this one can be difficult to find, but let's try. Oh yeah, there is the Siemens 4 kilowatt contactor. That's also in the same location. So when I press save, I'm pretty much ready to use my project. And this is now, you can see from the top that this is the new project location. Maybe I'll go to documents. And I even have those uh, clipboard documents that I created. They are also copied to this new project. You can see the new location there. I open this 503, close that one. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. I have the project information was there. So I have this example project. Always you can check the location of that directory from the top and then compare it to the new, and this one is copied to that place. So now it doesn't matter if you do it from the database, you can do it there. You can create new project even from the ribbon. Just press new, you will create a new empty project here, or then you can start. That's what most people do. They start a new drawing to the project, which I don't think is the most efficient way. You should have some sort of example project which contains some empty drawings with the correct frames, and maybe also the layout drawings which will have the correct layouts and labels and so forth, and of course all the settings behind it, the product models, product information, cable types, and so forth. You should have them all set either to your default project or then to your different example projects. But I hope this one clarified a bit how you can create new project uh, a bit different way than just creating a new drawing.